why you will not fail in life. Can we see 2 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 2? Second Corinthians chapter 1. Can we see verse 12? For our rejoicing is this, the testimony of our conscience, that in simplicity and godly sincerity, not with fleshly wisdom, but by the grace of God, we have had our conversation in the word, and more abundantly to you word. Can I see verse 17? When I therefore was thus minded, did I use lightness or the things that I purpose? Do I purpose according to the flesh, that with me there should be yea, yea, and nay, nay? Praise the Lord. When you study the Bible, most especially when you study the book of Corinthians, you get to understand that at a point, Paul was accused by the Corinthians church of so many things, one of which was inability to keep his word. Inability to keep his word. He was accused of not being sincere in his word. And what prompted them to accuse Paul was because of the changed plan in Paul's journey to the Corinthians. And so when they waited for him, because he had actually promised them that he was going to come, so when they waited for him and they could not see him, they now accused him of double standard, saying that he's not a man of his word, he's not a man of integrity. But they forgot that before Paul made a promise to them that he was going to come, he used a word, if God permits. If God permits, that he was going to come and see them. So when they did not see him, and imagining the kind of society or situations they were in, wherein there was no internet, there was no means of communicating to know the reason why this person did not come and all that. So they actually concluded by saying that Paul was not to be trusted, that Paul was not sincere, Paul was not a man of his word. So because of that accusation, Paul now had to write this 2 Corinthians. The accusation was what prompted the book of 2 Corinthians. And in proceeding of this, Paul had to now, this is where they accused him in verse 17. He said, when I therefore was thus minded, did I use lightness or the things that I propose? Do I propose according to the flesh? That means, did I promise you people according to the flesh that that with me there should be yea, yea, no, that I must come or I must not come? So he equally reminded them that he used the word, if God permits. So, how we handle difficulties of life will depend largely on what kind of character we have. How we handle difficulties of life